perfect 10. What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations.
Okay, so I normally don't go get my eyebrows done. I've just had a series of things that have happened, whether if it's them being unsanitary, story time. One time I went to go get my eyebrows done. The lady would dip in the wax and she'd put the stick in her mouth after she would put the wax on me so that she could put the muslin wrap and rip it off. And then she was about to take the same stick and do it again, and I told her absolutely not. I wasn't getting my eyebrows done from her, and that was it. I just kind of like walked out. I was really annoyed at that point because I had already gone to cosmetology school and knew like all the sanitation like laws and stuff, and so it was just really nasty and gross. So I don't trust getting my eyebrows done because of that. I don't trust getting my eyebrows done because they've chopped off pieces off my eyebrows that don't go back. And then my sister unfortunately got burnt one time really, really bad, and she pretty much had like a water blister in the middle of her forehead, super big, and she had homecoming that night, and it was not the business. So this is why I put this tutorial together. So the first thing I like to grab is all my utensils and stuff. So I like to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills tweezers. These are probably the best tweezers I've ever used besides the Tweezerman ones. I also like my ones from MAC, my ones from Makeup Forever, but these ones seem to get all those little itty bitty hairs. The other thing I use too is the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow brush. This one's a double-sided one, so it has like the one that I clean up my brows with or cut my brows with when I'm doing my brows. And then the other thing I like to have too are my little nifty scissors. And then I also like to have these, they're like little shavers. I really like them because they don't make your hair grow back too thick. I mean, it just grows back the same little peach fuzz that you would normally have. And it's really easy to use and to angle. And then last but not least, if you want to go ahead and fill in the brow afterwards, it is my Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit, and it is in the number 3. This one also has a little spoolie on this side, and then this is where the product comes out of. Now, what I like to do is I try to go underneath here and get all those little hairs out first. So here we go. And as you can see, these tweezers are really good. They just grab pretty much every little hair. I'm going to go ahead and kind of brush it off. Okay, so I continue just plucking. I also like to lift this part of the brow and get right underneath here and get any of these little hairs that needs to be pulled out. And when you hold it taut like this, it also doesn't hurt as much, just FYI. So, there you go. For the most part, all these little hairs are out. And then what I like to do is just go ahead and take this and kind of brush it up. Just like that. And see where these hairs are going. And then once I brush them up like that, then I like to take my scissors and just kind of cut any of the hairs that are kind of sticking up. Sometimes I'll do it like this too, where I'll brush up the hair like this, and then I'll go ahead and start trimming along right here. Just like that. See? Go. just like that. And then afterwards, what I like to do is go ahead and kind of trim up the hairs right up here, all these little baby hairs. And it'll just take off all the little baby hairs that normally they would wax at the salon, but it creates a nice and smooth texture. Sometimes I'll go this way too. And you have to have a steady hand for this because you don't want to chop off your brow, you know what I mean? Okay, so there is clean brow number 1. And now you can see the difference between the two. Right? So there's this one and then this one. And as you can see, they're two completely different shapes because they messed up this brow. So I kind of have to work with it and just fill it in. I'm going to start working on this second brow and I'll be right back. Hey guys, this one's taking a little bit longer. It's a little bit more bushier than my other brow. It's being a little bit more stubborn. That's okay. Just go ahead and just take your time with your eyebrows. You don't want to rush through them and then make a mistake, you know? So there's this one time that I didn't care because they had chopped off this part of my brow right here. So I chopped off this part of my brow from here to the ends like that, and then so I had no hair, like literally right here. So I thought it was so cool because then you could like manipulate and make your brows, you know, however you want at the end. Well, my husband AJ really didn't like it because I would be walking around with half a brow, and then whenever we would go out and I didn't want to do my brows, he's like, no, you have to do your brows. Like, it looks really weird. I don't like it. He would be so embarrassed wherever we went because I didn't have a brow. And I'm like, yeah, but it makes it easier for me. But he didn't care. It was pretty funny. And you can always brush it down and trim that way. You could brush it up and trim that way. I'm just trying to balance them. Just at least this part right here, because I know that that's the most important part for me. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and brush it up. Sorry guys, I had to go check up on Gabriel. So I'm going to brush up and just see exactly where I want to cut. And also I found this little hair that I don't like. So there's that. So let me go ahead and brush it up. Now I'm left-handed, so it's easier to do this brow right here for me. I'm going to go ahead and just come up like this, and then go ahead and start snipping. Just like that. You can also brush it down if you want, and clip a little bit like right here. I like to do that too. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in with this. Just scrape off all the excess little hairs that are not needed. Go ahead and look at the mirror, see where I need to kind of scale down. And so I see that I need to kind of get rid. So then I see that I got cut off by my camera, but I see that I had to kind of trim this area right here, just like this, just to kind of create a little bit more of an even brow right here as far as like the height. And then I know that I have to fill in this part, which is what I'm gonna do right now. So I'm gonna take my Precisely My Brow pencil from Benefit, and it's in the number 3. I don't like making my brows too dark. I feel like it just looks funny and not so natural. So this is the end that has the twist up with the product in it, and then the other end has a spoolie for you to kind of blend out. So here we go. So I end up going way too fast sometimes, and then I always have to like clean it up more than I should have been able to, but there is that brow. Now you can always go in with your concealer or whatever foundation you're going to use. I'm going to go ahead and just use my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage foundation. And I'm just going to take just a little bit of it. So you're going to go ahead and just put a little bit on your hand or palette or whatever you're using. And I'm just going to go ahead and dip both sides of my brush. Again, this is the Anastasia number 20 brush. It has the eyebrow brush on one side and then the one to cut on the other side. So I just create a line like that. And when I'm blending it out, I like to like pull but also like tap. Just like that. Now you're going to do the same thing on the top. And then now I'm just going to take my finger and just kind of buff it out and just tapping and like blending. Okay, just like that. Now, if you want to do the front, like right here, you're welcome to. Sometimes I just kind of go like this just a little bit, just a tad with it, whatever I have left over on the brush, because I don't want like a really harsh line cutting like these ones, you know. Just looks a little bit more natural. Just like that. And there is the first brow. I'm going to do the second brow and I'll be right back. Can you see the difference? But yeah, this is how I clean up my brows. And then sometimes I'll just do like some powder foundation and I'm good to go for the day. But yeah, here is my brow clean up, I guess you could say. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I know these brows look like little caterpillars at first, but now they look like this. I hope you like this tutorial and let me know if there's anything else you guys want to see. And yeah, so like, comment, and subscribe, and share with all your friends. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!
Honey, I'm a perfect 10. What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live in